Hey guys, it's John with CheatSheetPros.com, and today is April 14th, 2021. Today we're going to take a look at some prize picks using our prize picks cheat sheet. Now, as always, if you want to try out our sheets, if you're new, you can get those in our free Facebook group. The link is in the description. If you would like premium access, it's only $14 a month or $35 for 3 months for daily sheets for all the sports that we do cover, which is currently NBA, MLB, PGA, and NFL. And we have a Facebook chat. So let's go ahead and get started. I have 8 plays that I do like. So this sheet right here, this is our prize picks and player props for NBA. It's basically a game logger, and it's going to give you all of these fancy stats for the last 10, 12, 15 games, DVP, last 10 games for the opponent team, what they're allowing, and three-pointers made. So as I find the plays, I'm going to walk through here. Real quick, I pulled up my bookie. If you guys don't have access to prize picks, because that's what I address a lot, I also hit on the assist, points, rebounds, three-pointers made that are also included in player props. Today I'm just going to cover the fantasy points for prize picks because I don't have a lot of the props that I like that are up so far. But you can come up to your local book, and so this is three-pointers made. And you see here Beal is over under 2.5. So you come over here and you can either use this drop down and go down here and find Beal and put him in. And then over here, this is your three-pointers. It's going to show you how many attempts, how many he made, and the percentage in the games he's played. So he's made 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 0, 1, and 4 over recent games, and his over-under is 2.5. So that'll give you a comparison of, are they hitting that number, are they not hitting that number? And then you can also see to the guard position how many three-point made shots they're allowing over the last 10 games. So that's for player props if you want to look at it, but today we're going to focus on prize picks. Now, usually what I do is I pull this up. They don't have all of the single stat plays up yet, so we're going to focus on some fantasy points. So we go up here. So the first one I go to, I see Middleton's up there, so I'm going to type in Middleton, and his number, I cut that off a little bit, let me slide him over, is 37. So I'm just going to look here on the prize column. So over the last 5 games, he's averaging 35.3, and he's got 42, 0, 30, 38, 30. So he's kind of up and down, so not something that I love. And then when we get down here, we're going to go to the next guy. Whoops, spelled it wrong. We're going to go to Towns. This is going to bring up Karl Anthony Towns. Verify the team to make sure you got the right player. So he does play for Minnesota. His over-under number is 48 fantasy points. Well, I do like this one because quickly I see the last 5 game stats, which are up here at the top. He's averaging 56 per game. So his number is 48 against Milwaukee. So the two things I'm going to look at is how many games has he been going over 48. So he's got 55, 52, 54, 51, 67, 58, 50, we'll say 60, 53, and 61. So he's been over that number in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games in a row. And you can see his prize pick points per number and how many minutes he's playing per game. His minutes are really consistent. He's getting about 33 plus minutes. And he's hasn't been less than 1.2. 1.24 is his lowest prize pick point per minute number. So I like the over 48 number. So the second thing I'm going to look at is the DVP. So Milwaukee to the center position has been fairly tough. They're middle of the road. They rank 17th in prize pick points per minute to the position. And they're giving up 40.9, which is 0.85 per minute, which typically the centers don't give up a ton of points, but just something to take a look at it. The other thing that jumps out is they give up a bunch of rebounds, 11.5 per game to the center over the last 10 games. So the first play that I do like is Karl Anthony Towns over the 48. So I'm going to make a note on this. And I just kind of run through these and, I'll type them in. Like say Anthony Edwards, we type Edwards. We pull it up. His number's 33. He's got 30. So he's under, over, under, over. So a lot of overs there. So if you want to go over, now go look at Milwaukee. Guard position. Point guards are giving up the 24th most points and then the 7th least to the shooting guard. So I kind of like that as an over. It wasn't one that made my play. You can also look at Vegas totals here. And then if you're doing player props, this will show you the points, rebounds, assists that the team is allowing to each position, and then specifically points, rebounds, assists, blocks, steals. Blocks and steals are huge in prize pick points, so I put that in there. And then three-pointers made, what the other team is allowing, so you can tell if they are allowing a ton of threes or not very many threes. So let's go ahead and move on so this video isn't ridiculously long. So D'Angelo Russell is another guy that I like, and I added him to the database today. So let me see. Angelo. Okay, so 4 games since he's been back, he's got 39, 25, 41, and 33. His number's 27 going up against Milwaukee. Point guards, you can see it's a favorable matchup for him. They're giving up 53.6 prize points to the point guard position each game over the last 10 games. A massive amount of points and a massive amount of assists and a decent amount of three-pointers made. So since he's been over that number in 3 of the 4, I do like that. His fantasy or price point per minute production, that's tough to say. Whoops. Get back on there. Has been fairly decent. 1-3, 1-4, a little over 1, 1-6. So they're all over 1. Now his minutes, he's only playing 24, 23, 28, 25. So we could safely project he's going to play about 25 minutes. And if you average this out, he's at about a 1.3. So he only needs to average like a 1.05. So roughly a little better than this number to get 27. So that's another one that we do like. He's had a high of 40. He's been at almost 40 twice. So that's favorable for him. So D'Angelo Russell is the number 2 play that I like. And then let me see. Let me scroll down here. And I go through and I type these. I kind of come up with a list so I can run over and not bore you guys with the guy that's got 3 overs, 3 unders, blah, blah, blah. So one of the other ones that I want to look at, let me scroll down here, is Russell Westbrook. So he's at 51 and he's been on fire lately. So we're going to type in Westbrook up here. And then you can see he's got 62, 49. So over, and then 3 unders, and then 2 more overs. So he's kind of up and down, but he is playing Sacramento, and they're giving up a ton of points to the guard. Look what they rank versus guards. 27th, 24th. So favorable spot for Westbrook, and with a number of 51. And I mean, this game he missed this. He was with he played Detroit. But other than this game, look at how many times when he missed it. I mean, below 51, he was at 49.2, so he was right there. 49.3, and then he was over on every other game except for this one game, which they lost by 29. So he was 7 of 16, but he's still taking a ton of field goal attempts. He's shooting well. He's got solid numbers. Double-digit rebounds in every game. Double-digit assists in every game except for this one. So we do like Westbrook to go over. So that's my number 3 play that I like. So right now we've got D'Angelo Russell, Westbrook, and Towns over. And then let me find Julius Randle is someone that I put a star by that I wanted to take a look at. And yeah, I bet he's down here at the bottom. Yeah, finding these players. I should have put them in order. You would think that would make more sense. Randle. Okay, here he is, 43. So he's got 43 fantasy points, and we like the over there. I usually don't do a lot of Knicks players just because they play slow, and there's usually low totals, and there's not a ton of fantasy point production, but they are playing the Pelicans. So his number is 43. And you can see up here to the big guys, decent matchup against the Pelicans. Average price picks over the last 5 games is 48.5, so he's cruising over this 43 number. And so he's over. So he's over in 4 of the last 5. The one he didn't go over I want to look at. So 38 to 43, he was less than 5 points on it. His minutes are consistent. So in this game, what did he do? So he didn't shoot real well. He went 7 for 19 for 37%, which is lower. He was only 1 for 8 from three-point land. So he was close to getting there, but didn't quite get there. So over in 4 or 5, that's one that if you want to add another play, I would lean over there. I don't love it, but it is one of the 8 plays that I'm putting up for you. The other one we have is LeVert. So 32 is his over-under price pick number. And so he's got 55, 29, 32, 37, 51. And then he had these two games here where he just missed the 32, just barely going under it. So out of these last 5 games, he's been over it 3 times. He's pushed it once and been under it once. So 4 of the last 5, he's been push or better. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. Now, he does have a sporadic price point per minute number, so that does worry me a little bit. We have a couple here in the blue at 0.89, 0.97, 1.03, but then we've got some great, 1.63, 1.39, and his minutes are pretty decent. He's running about 28 to 35 minutes, somewhere in there, so I do like him to go over. He is playing Houston. And you can see the guards, they are not doing well at defending guards. They're 26th and 29th. So LeVert is my 4th favorite play that I like. And so again, to recap, we have D'Angelo Russell, Westbrook, Towns, and LeVert. Randall is kind of a questionable for me. If you want to plug that one in, I don't mind it. It won't make my 5-point card. And then let's go ahead and take a look at another one. And I don't know, is this on the screen? Okay, over here. So we got JV. His over-under number is 40. So now every player is by the last name and then last name first initial if they're on here. But for him, for some reason, I didn't want to spell it all the way out. So I know him as Valanc. And it's going to bring him up. So if you try typing it out and it doesn't go, you can scroll down here to the V's. Oh, where'd we go? V. And you see, okay, this is Valanc, so that's Jonas, however you pronounce his last name. His number is 40 that we just showed you, so he's got 52, went way over, 68, way over, 49, way over, 41, squeaked over. So he's got 4 games in a row over, and he's played fairly consistent minutes, 30, 30, 30, 26, 27, 25, 22. So his minutes are a little sporadic. Last 3 games, he's been getting a ton of minutes. He's been doing well, scoring a ton of points, double-digit rebounds, not many assists. Blocks are key for price pick points because they're worth a chunk. Doesn't get a lot of steals, but sprinkles in 1 every other game, roughly. But averages roughly almost 2 blocks per game, so that's decent. And look at the field goal attempts. He's 12 of 15, 16 of 25, 8 of 11, 9 of 13. He's shooting at a high clip, so we like that. 3-pointers, he's a big man. He's not going to shoot a ton, but he did manage to make 1 out of 2, 1 out of 1 here and there. So he's someone I like to go over 40. I think 40 is a low number. Now, up against Dallas, they're kind of middle of the road against centers, so like it, don't love it, but on a flex card, if you do 5 plays, if you get 3 right, I believe you get a percentage of your money back. It's like 50% or 40%, 0.4. And then 4 out of 5, 5 out of 5, you're profitable. So we like those. The other one that jumped out at me is Luka. So Luka here, Luka's just a stud. But his number of 52 kind of worried me. Now, the points are decent. They're middle of the road against guards, 15th and 16th. But look at his numbers. He hasn't been, actually, all of these, he hasn't been over 52 points since March 19th. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 games he's been under that number. So with an average of 45.7 over the last 5 games and running about 1.3. Now, he's always over 40. He's in that 40 to 45 range, so he could bank over that 52 pretty easily, but he just hasn't been getting it done, so I like an under there. So my 4 I'm running with are D'Angelo Russell over, Westbrook over, Towns over, LeVert over, and then for my 5th one, I'm either going to do Jonas or Luka under, or Randall over. I haven't decided on those 3. So that's my price picks for today. I typically try to find a good BVP number, but since he's been under 11 times in a row, I don't mind sprinkling a card on an under there. And then you can flip through here if you've got the sheet and just see, which ones you like. There's a few players that aren't going to be in here. I think our database is up to 130, 140 players. And I recently just added Kevin Durant, Drummond, Love, Ingles, Moses Brown, Kevin Porter, and D'Angelo Russell. It takes about 7 minutes to add a player, so it's very time consuming. So I try to do 5 to 10 players once a week to try to build up our database, but we have most of the studs in here now. I love doing the single stats. Oh, they've already added more. They add these throughout the day, so you'll start to see some, but you can do points, you can do assists, you can do rebounds, you can do three-pointers made, which are my favorite. I always end up with three-pointers made and assists. I end up finding a bunch in that category. Rebounds and points I really don't do a lot with. They're pretty good lines for the most part. Assist is one that kind of jumps out. Like, we'll look at a couple here real quick. So we got Harris, and I believe it's Harris T for Tobias. I'm going to check the team, Philadelphia, and then I'm going to look at his assist here. So he's got 4, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, 2, 6, 5, 4, 4, 8, 4. And his over number's 3.5. So not bad. You know, he's got 2 over, 2 under, then over, and then under. So I think that's a good line. That's not one that I would play. Then I'm going to look over here at Julius Randle. Oh, I guess you can't see that. His over assist number is 6. So we're going to take a look at that one. And so he's got 4, 5, push, way over, way under. So he's kind of sporadic up and down. If you had an edge somewhere that you thought, that's fine. But with, I mean, that much sporadic up and down, I mean, he went from 11 and 12 down to 4 and 5 and 3. So nothing real consistent there, so don't really care for that one. RJ Barrett, his over assist number is 3. He's got 3, 5, 2, 2, so, and 0. So that's kind of a good line. It's right there in the middle. He's been over it, under it, kind of right there. So nothing really jumping out. And this is basically what I do with all of them. Now Ingram, he is 5 assists. He's got 7 and 8 the last 2 games. So he may be onto something here. So I don't mind sprinkling that if you want to take a look at it. But then these other games, you know, he had 9 here, but then 1 and 5 and 4. So kind of up and down. Don't love the play, but if you want to take a look at it, you can. And then Vuk, his number's 3.5. So we got 1, 5, 2, 4. That's a good line. Don't really like that one. Morant, we're going to take a look at him. His is 7. Well, he's got 10, 7, 10 here, but then 6, 6, and 4. So that's a good number. He's half over. Levine, his number down here is 5. And then you can see he's got 9, 6, 5, 13, 6, 5. So this is one that's just popped in there. But I do like this because he's over, push. So out of his last 6 games, he's got 4 overs and 2 pushes, but has not been under it. So he is playing Orlando, which is a little bit tough. So if you come down here and you look at the guards, you can see they're giving up a bunch of assists to the point guard and a bunch to the shooting guard. So I'm going to put that down. I might do Levine, whatever the hell his name is, over 5 assists. And I like the 5 specific number because 5 is a push. So that means he's got to have 4 to lose, which he did have a streak of 1 to 4. But here he's been playing much better late. And these are always sorted most recent at the top and down. So Levine assist over 5, we like that one. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this video short. You've got the plays that I like. My favorite 5 are going to be Russell Westbrook, Towns, LeVert over fantasy points. And then for the 5th one, either Randall over, Luka under, Jonas over, or Levine over 5 assists. And then I'm waiting for some more 3-pointers to come up. I don't like any of the guys that are on here. But, well, good luck, guys. I got tired of typing, so I wanted to do a quick video today. We've got this down to 18 minutes. I'm going to stop at less than 19, so good luck. We'll be back.